You've seen the videos? Someone standing in front of a mirror saying, "I am wealthy, I am abundant, money flows to me easily." Millions of people repeat lines like that every morning. So does it actually work? Stay with it anyway. A psychologist named Gabriele Oettingen spent years testing exactly this question in her lab, and what she found surprises almost everyone. She had people vividly imagine a desired future, getting the job, closing the deal, becoming wealthy, and then she measured what happened next. The people who fantasized most vividly about success didn't try harder afterward. They tried less. Their bodies literally relaxed, blood pressure dropped, as if the goal had already been achieved. Your brain, it turns out, can't always tell the difference between imagining a reward and actually earning one. So the affirmation gives you a hit of the feeling you're chasing: wealthy, secure, confident, and once you've felt it, some of the pressure to actually go get it quietly disappears. That's not what wealthy people are running on. A researcher named Thomas Stanley spent decades interviewing actual millionaires, and one thing barely came up in his interviews at all: confidence mantras. What came up instead were specific, boring behaviors, repeated so often they stopped feeling like decisions. Buying assets before comfort, automating savings before the money could be spent, waiting before big purchases. None of that required feeling wealthy first. So which one actually works, the mirror or the habit? Here's where it gets more interesting than a simple "affirmations are fake" story. A different researcher, Peter Gollwitzer, studied a technique now called mental contrasting. He found that imagining your goal wasn't the problem. Imagining your goal without also confronting the specific obstacle in your way was the problem. People who pictured their goal and then immediately pictured the exact thing blocking them: low income, no savings habit, poor spending impulses, and then built a concrete if-then plan around it, dramatically outperformed people who only visualized success. In other words, the affirmation itself isn't useless, it's incomplete. "I am wealthy" activates the reward circuitry without ever touching the obstacle circuitry. Your brain gets to feel done before you've done anything. Compare that to a self-made habit like automatic transfers into savings. There's no daydream involved. The system doesn't ask you to feel wealthy at all. It just moves money whether you feel motivated or not, which sidesteps the entire problem Oettingen discovered in the first place. So why do affirmations still spread so fast online? Because a mirror mantra costs nothing and feels immediately good. And both of those are exactly what makes something shareable. A savings automation setup doesn't look inspiring on camera. It doesn't feel like a breakthrough. It just quietly works in the background for years before it shows up as a number. Which brings you to the real answer buried underneath the whole debate. Wealth affirmations aren't harmless, and they aren't magic either. Used alone, they can trick your brain into feeling like the goal is closer than it is, and that feeling can cost you the very motivation it's supposed to create. Paired with a concrete obstacle and a specific plan, the same visualization becomes something closer to what actually works. Less a spell, more a rehearsal. So the next time you catch yourself saying, "Money flows to me easily," it might be worth finishing the sentence. Money flows to me easily because every payday, before I see the number, it moves somewhere I can't touch it. That second half is the part nobody puts on a vision board. You've seen the videos? Someone standing in front of a mirror saying they're already wealthy. Maybe the real version of that sentence isn't about what you say to yourself. It's about what you've already automated before you ever had the chance to talk yourself out of it.